Hey guys, welcome back to Done So Hobbies, and in today's video we are going to be reviewing none other than ReZero both seasons. Oh boy, what can I say about this show? I just got done watching it. Yeah. First off, the animation is actually pretty darn incredible. I really liked the fluency of the animation throughout the battle scenes. It's really well done. I also like the art style, but let me tell you, this anime is actually, you don't want to watch it if you're not in a good mood because it's kind of a depressing show. I was not expecting this story to go the way it went. Let's go ahead and start with that, shall we? So, it starts out with our main character Soobaroo, and he's as much of a normal protagonist as you can have in a show. Only here's the weird thing: he gets transported into a mystical, magical world where he thinks he'll get mystical, magical powers. Well, he kind of does, but not in the way that he thinks. In fact, what's actually really crazy is that he ends up with this really unique power to basically start over after he dies, similar to what happens in a video game. You know how you play a video game and after you die you just restart the level over again, and once you get to a save point then you play the next level, and from level 2, if you die, you just start out from level 2 again. That's basically what's going on with our boy Soobaroo, our main character in the show. But it gets even weirder than that. So, eventually Soobaroo meets, the first person that he really kind of meets in the show is a really nice girl named Amelia, who everyone thinks is the reincarnation of an evil witch because she apparently is a half human, half elf, just like the evil, wicked witch of the past. Which is really kind of interesting, really kind of weird. But, yeah, he meets Amelia, he befriends Amelia, he kind of falls in love with Amelia, and he wants to help Amelia. He wants to save Amelia. And, yeah, in level 1, she dies and he has to go back again and do it over again and try to save both of them. Eventually he does, and then we get to level 2 where we get to meet Amelia's friends. So there's a couple of maids, couple of servants named Rom and Rem, which are maids. Rom has pink hair, Rem has blue hair. They're actually fantastic characters. And then there's this really weird guy who was the master of the place called Roswell. And there's even this other little girl who ends up being a daughter of a witch named, and I'm going to probably mess up the name, but Beatrice, I think her name was. And she pretty much lives in a magical, for some reason, library that is at Roswell's house. And Roswell, of course, has taken Amelia in after her parents died. Well, it also turns out that Amelia is indeed one of the possible queens. She's in the royal selection exam. Yeah. So right now, apparently, the original king and queen passed away. With no one to rule the kingdom, they need the next royal families to stand up, and Amelia is one of them. So that leaves, of course, Soobaroo to want to help her become queen of the kingdom. And he wants to become a knight, and it's a whole great adventure with him trying to become her knight, basically. But man, this guy dies so many times. And I mean some gruesome deaths. I mean, there's even this one where I thought was like the most disturbing is he comes out of the building and it's snow everywhere, and a whole bunch of rabbits show up and eat him alive. I'm not kidding. Rabbits show up and eat him alive. And there's also a couple of other really disturbing deaths. I just thought that one was the most disturbing. I was really freaked out when rabbits ate him alive. Ate him alive. And yeah, every time he dies, he comes back alive, but he also has to face the fact that he's also experienced death 5 million times by this point. By the end of season 2, he's experienced death at least 1 million times. And it kind of makes him, it both breaks him and makes him stronger. Most of the time, he kind of is like, well, I've experienced death 1 million times. I'm kind of not scared of it. I just want to protect Amelia, so the threat of death doesn't surprise him anymore. But then there's also the constant pain that he's gone through having to have been killed so many times. Yeah. And that's basically the entire anime. And I mean, it goes through many adventures with a witch cultist trying to nab him. They also go into some secret forests, a sanctuary, if you will, where they're captured, and the only way to leave the sanctuary is to go through these 3 witch trials. He also meets all of the witches, which you think all of the witches are these great and evil beings, but when you actually meet them and actually talk to them, you kind of realize, wow, they're not that bad. They're evil witches, obviously, but they kind of have a reason to be. It's crazy, I know. Rim actually ended up being my favorite character of the show, even though they sort of kill her off at the end, midway of season 2. But yeah, Rim was a fantastic character. Eventually, what happens is Rim and Rom are both demons of all things, and yeah, they're both born. Most demons have 2 horns, but if you're twins, you get birthed with 1 horn together, and normally they would take out twins with 1 horn, but these 2 were so powerful that they couldn't, right? And eventually all the demons were wiped out by something, right? And now we just have Rim and Rom. And what's interesting is after Rom tried to save Rim, she got her horn cut off, meaning she has no more powers, but Rim does. And she thinks that Rom can't do anything anymore, so she tries to do everything that her sister does, but just can't. And none other than our main character, Soobaroo, ends up kind of saving the day and helping her through a lot of her, well, let's just say family issues. It's actually, I think that the whole Rim and Rom with the demon story thing was probably the best part of the anime to me. And those 2 actually became my favorite characters of the show, Rim and Rom. But as for the rest of the show, yeah, this was actually a fantastic show. Let me know down in the comments below, what are your thoughts about the show known as ReZero? I really liked it. I really liked the intro. I really liked the music they had. I really liked the animation. I really liked the art style. The story was great. But boy, was it depressing. It really was. Thank you guys for watching, and let me know down in the comments below your thoughts about none other than ReZero. And I am out for now. Bye.